Kim Olver is a licensed clinical professional counselor and a coach. She is an internationally recognized speaker, having worked throughout the United States, Europe, Australia, and Africa. Since 1987, Kim has been a certified senior instructor with the William Glasser Institute, and her mission is to help people get along better with the important people in their lives, including themselves at home and at work. In addition, Ms. Olver is the author of 2 books, Leveraging Diversity at Work and The Secrets of Happy Couples. Here's a small sampling of Kim Olver's workshops.
Good morning, everybody. How you doing today? Great. Today we're going to talk about why people do what they do. This is going to help you in multiple areas of your life. You'll be able to apply this information to any personal relationships you have, whether it's with a significant other, your children, your parents, your friends. You'll be able to apply it at work with coworkers, people you may supervise, and your bosses as well. So we're going to talk about the 5 basic needs. Every one of us is born with them, but we have them to varying degrees, and it's that differing degrees that sometimes gets in the way of our human relationships, where we label people as difficult because they don't value or see the world the same as we do, and we don't really understand that without understanding these 5 basic needs. So I'll start with the first one, which is survival. Now, some of you may have studied Maslow and his hierarchy of needs. Maslow has survival at the base of his pyramid, and he says you have to get your survival need met before you can meet any of the other needs. Of course, it's true you need to be alive to meet your other needs. That's true. But in this theory that I'm talking about today, survival is not the number one need. These are not hierarchical needs, they're actually linear needs. There are some people who would give up or risk their need for survival to meet some other needs, and we'll talk about them a little bit later. So a person who's high in survival, if you remember back when the century turned to 2000, a high survival person had a generator, a year's supply of food and water, probably took their money out of the banks, had it converted to gold and silver coins. They were ready for whatever came up. Someone who's low in survival would be a risk taker, somebody who buys a lot of things on credit. They're not too worried about the future. And so you could see how if you're in a relationship with someone who has a high survival need and you're low, or vice versa, that could really create some strain in your relationships. So the next one is love and belonging. This is the need we have to feel connected to other people. Some of us need that connection more than others. A lot of times you may have been in a relationship with a person who wanted more quality time with you, and perhaps you needed more space, or the other way around. At work, you'll notice that there are some people who like to hang around the water cooler, go to lunch, talk about their personal lives and what's going on for the weekend, and what's going on in your personal life. And there's nothing wrong with that. It's just someone with a high love and belonging need. If you don't have that high love and belonging need, you're really not interested in participating in those kind of conversations. And that can cause some difficulty between 2 people who are working together. The other need that kind of is the opposite of the love and belonging need is the need for freedom. Now, if you're high in love and belonging, you want to be with people. You like that connection with others. If you're high in freedom, you tend to value your time alone. A person who's high in freedom likes to do what they want, when they want, without restriction. So if they're at work, a high freedom person really has difficulty with a boss who micromanages them. They need their space to work at their most effective level. In personal relationships, when you have someone high in love and belonging and the other person is high in freedom, one person is always looking for more quality time and saying, I need more time with you. And the other person is saying, baby, I love you, but I just need some room, I need some space, right? So that can create a challenge in a relationship. The next need I want to talk about is the need for fun. Now, the need for fun is in all of us, but of course, some of us have a higher need for fun than others. You're probably aware of the fun person at work. He or she is the one who's always making a joke of things, always, playing practical jokes, laughing, great sense of humor. There's another kind of fun. There's some people who have fun in a quiet way, right? They're the ones that like to read books or take a walk in the woods or go fishing. That's kind of the quiet kind of fun. But we all have a need for fun. Some of us have a higher need than others. So if you're in relationship with someone, whether it's personal or business, and one of you has a high need for fun, the other one has a low need for fun, then what happens is one of you is feeling like, don't you ever take anything seriously? And the other one is feeling like, can't you get that stick out of your you-know-what and have some fun every now and then? So that is the fun need. And the last one I want to talk about, because this one seems to be the one that gets people in so much trouble, and that's the need for power. We all have a need for power. And the way we choose to meet that need is what's going to help us be successful or be problematic. That's powering over other people. When you think about powering over other people, you tend to think about the bully on the playground or the boss who takes credit for your work, right? If you look at two two-year-olds who are playing together and one of them has a toy that the other one wants, they know how to get that toy, don't they? They know how to power over that other child. They'll bite, they'll kick, they'll scream, scratch, pull hair, whatever it takes to get that toy. That's power over other people. But if we want to become more effective in our personal lives and in our professional lives, we need to learn the other two kinds of power. So the first one, or actually the second one, is power with other people. You'll see effective power with other people when you look at winning sports teams, for example. Or if you have a team at work, co-workers, where you work together well and you accomplish the goals of your unit. That's power with your co-workers. You can also have power with your family members if you're involved or lucky enough to be in a fully functioning family. That's power with others, and it's a great way to get your power need met, but you need others to play that game, right? You can't do that when you're by yourself. So the third kind of power that I really encourage people to develop is that power within. It's the things that we are good at, that we're proud of, that we've accomplished in our lives. When we have enough ways of powering within, we no longer need to power over other people. So power within is an important piece for us to learn. Now, what we're going to be doing for the rest of the day is we're going to be looking at these needs. You're going to decide what your high needs are, where your low ones are, what ones are kind of medium strength. And then we're going to look at some of the people in your lives that you have some challenging relationships with. And we'll look at where their needs strengths might be. And then we're going to develop some strategies for how we can overcome those challenges. The idea being that you're going to want to get all of your needs met, and you're going to want to help that other person get their need met within the context of their relationship with you. That will change every difficult relationship you have into one that is at least cooperative and somewhat enjoyable. So would you like to see how that works? All right, great.